I'm here with Michelle Richardson. We got connected through Jackie Cobb, and she's lost a bit of weight, has a great story. And so, first off, Michelle, thanks so much for the time. And maybe we could just start off with a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
Thank you. I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. However, I relocated to Duluth, Georgia. I've been here 3 years, and I'm a divorced mom of five children, and they're all adults.
Okay, great. I know at some point you were 278 pounds, and I think you even kind of alluded to the fact that you got to where you really don't know where that capped off at. But can you kind of take me back, to whenever you were a kid, whenever you were younger? Were you always a little bit bigger, or was that something that crept up later in life?
It's something that crept up in life later. After my fifth child, and I had my tubes tied, that's when the weight really started to come. I wasn't heavy during my teen years or anything like that. It was after I got my tubal ligation, and that's when the weight started to come. And the family didn't recognize it. I would ask them, "Do it look like I'm gaining weight?" And they would say, "No, you look fine to me." And they didn't actually realize how much I have gained till I started to lose the weight. And I showed them the pictures. That's why it's always good to take pictures. When you take pictures, pictures are worth a million words, like literally. And I first lost the weight back in 2011, and that's when I took diet pills. It wasn't natural, and I lost like 75 pounds in 6 months. But I would go to the gym and I would work out like 5 to 7 days a week. I was dedicated. And so I can't say it was the pill, so I don't know because I was dedicated to the gym as well. But then something happened in life and it caused me to eat and gain that plus back. And I committed myself in 2014, and I went vegetarian and now vegan, and I lost 105 pounds totally so far, all naturally, and I feel so much better. I go to the gym. I don't have to go as much, but I love the gym, so I do go.
That's
And
awesome.
now I ride bikes, I hula hoop, I skate, I do it all. I run, I do half marathons. I'm planning for my first full marathon in November.
Okay, awesome. Well, so I know you said you had your to kind of go back, you had your tube side, and then you started gaining the weight. Looking back, was it changes in lifestyle? Was it changes in the demands of life? What was it that at that point, after you had your fifth kid, that really changed things for you?
I'm thinking it has something to do with the surgery. I don't know. I hear a lot of people say that they gained weight after they had their tubes tied, and it wasn't a life crisis. However, I did lose my grandmother, and she was like my best friend, and that was after I had my tubes tied. And I don't know. I got married, and I was happy, and then not happy. So the weight just started to come and come. And honestly, I didn't even realize that I had gained so much weight myself. I
Wow.
just know that I was a size 11, 12, and then I went into a size 28 in no time. And then my job, I was, instead of me being as active on the job, I got a customer service job and I was sitting down more. So the weight I just started to pack on the pounds and unknowingly, honestly.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize it.
And then how was your diet and your kind of eating habits back then? Like looking back, can you see how that maybe did or didn't contribute?
Oh my gosh, yes. I ate everything in sight. I was on a seafood diet. If I saw it, I ate it. Of course, I was eating meat back then, and potatoes, French fries was. I loved French fries. I can't eat them now. I eat them in moderation now. Um, French fries was one of the most. I wasn't really big on the sweets. Cakes, I was, not the candies. I loved cakes. I loved the French fries. I had potatoes with every meal, literally. And when I went to the doctor back in 2011 and they diagnosed me with borderline diabetes, and I told my mom because diabetes runs on both sides of my family and high blood pressure. And I told my mom, and she said, "There's no such thing as borderline." She said, "Either you are or you're not." And I said, "I'm not." And that's when I started to take control of my life. And I said, I refuse to have diabetes, and it's something that I can control. So that's when I started to, eat right and exercise. And but again, I gained the weight back, and then I made a lifestyle change. You have to make a lifestyle change. If you don't make lifestyle changes, it won't work. Diets don't work. It just don't.
Yeah. Well, apparently the French fry diet didn't work either.
At all. No, no, no. Stay away from the starch.
So, so you get the news that you're pre-diabetic, or possibly basically there already. Um, where were you at in life at that point?
Um, Far as
As far as age, were your kids a little bit older?
I was in my mid 30s. I
Okay,
was in my mid 30s, and my daughters were teenagers.
okay. And then
Yeah.
did you the next day run out and say I'm gonna get a gym membership and I'm not eating French fries and all that kind of stuff? What
I
was your
went,
initial reaction?
I went straight to Walmart and got walk away to pounds and start working out. I went to beachbody.com and I ordered P90X and I ordered all kind of DVDs. I said I refuse to have diabetes or high blood pressure. I have a cousin that's the same age as I, and she's on like 27 meds. She have heart problems, she all kind of problems. I'm breaking that. I don't want it.
Yeah, and then I know you said you kind of weren't willing to go there with it, but did it surprise you? Was it something that like did you were you realistic at the time previous to actually getting the news? Were you realistic with where you kind of were in your life with the weight, with your health and whatnot, or had you spent that time just like not thinking about it or in denial?
I was very in denial, very much so. I was in denial. Again, it didn't happen until after I gained the weight back and I noticed how good I looked after I lost the weight. And then I said, no, I'm not doing this. And I loved the way I looked. So I said I was going to do it all natural. I didn't get any pills. I didn't get anything. I had to change my whole entire mindset.
Yeah, it's interesting because I know for myself, and I know for a lot of people that I talk to, it's a pretty common theme that people say, well, this is my destiny. This is something that, it's in my. I mean, it's easy to look around and see what's in your family and think, I have no control over it. Why do you think you thought so differently and were, you know, not willing to accept it?
I wasn't accepting it because I know that me personally, I listen to people say that, well, it's in the family, it's going to happen, it's hereditary. I don't believe in that. I believe in change. I believe that you can break all of that. It's all about how bad you really want it. And, some, it's probably like, I guess, 50%, 60%, it can be in the family and it's hard to break. But to me, it's all about how bad you really want it. When I went to the doctor, I'm clear. I'm good. I don't have that. And I don't think you should sit there and waddle over it. You should just do something about it. Try to at least do something about it before, like me, I don't like, it's just so much I have to say, and I know you don't have time. Um, I don't believe in all that stuff. I follow the Dr. Sabi food nutritional guide list, and he told us before he passed away, may his soul rest in peace, that the only disease is mucus. So, in order to fight diseases, you have to eat the proper foods. So now, what I do it in moderation because I still like my pineapples and things like that. But he have a nutritional guide list that you follow, and he said these are the only foods that you're supposed to eat. He said cancer is not a disease. I educate myself. I follow a guy named Chris Beats Cancer. I follow all kind of, you really have to educate yourself and find out what's best for you.
And I know that you kind of have this period between 2011 and 2004. I'm sorry, 2011 2014, and
Mhm.
maybe even previous, where you said you yo-yo dieted for a while. Why do you think during that time that you were never able to get something to kind of stick? That you were never able to stick with something? Why did that yo-yo? Looking back now, having that kind of hindsight.
Honestly, I think it was because I was waiting on people to do it with me. Because I had friends to join the gym with me, and I would wait on them. And um, you have people to tell you you can't do it. And when you educate yourself and you say, "I'm just enough is enough. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired." Then you can't wait on other people. That's the main thing. You have to do it for yourself. You have to know how bad you really want it. I can't say that enough. You have to know how bad you really want it. My thing was waiting on other people. I waited on other people, and it was always failure. It was always, I wanted to, like, come on, let's go to the park. I was ready and they wasn't ready. So, they always say you are who you hang with. And I kind of believe that too, because if you hang around people that are not go-getters, then you're going to feel like that too. Eventually you're sitting around and before you know it, you packing on the pounds again, or you're not going to the gym. You got this membership that you're not paying for, things of that nature.
Yeah, it's hard to hear that, but the reality is you kind of have to do it for yourself,
You have to do it for yourself.
and obviously you hope that other people are along with you, but
Yes.
self care comes, really, it has to come number one. When you were bigger, did you have any things that were hard for you, or was life hard for you? I know some people, like couldn't tie their shoes or had trouble with getting on an airplane. Was there anything about life when you were bigger that was more difficult back then?
Well, I wasn't really riding the airplane. I only did that one time. The seatbelt wasn't the problem. Tying the shoes was, yes, that was kind of challenging. And it was something else I was about to say. When I was getting ready to go to a wedding, and I went to find something to wear because I would always buy stretch pants because that was always my comfort zone. And when I went and to the dressing room and I tried on the size 26 and I couldn't wear it, that's when I broke down and I cried. And I'm like, oh my goodness. That's when reality really, really, really kicked in. So yes, it's hard, man. It was I don't like to say hard. It was very challenging for me. It was hard back then, but now I try to say challenging. Um, yes, it I don't want to get all teared up, but yeah, I'm just so grateful to where I am today.
And then, were you on any medications previously? I know the diabetes thing was kind of a little bit of a wake up call. Did you actually ever get to the point to where you had to have any medications to?
No, I didn't.
Okay, okay.
No
So,
medications.
so do you have a? I know you kind of have this period between 2011 2014 where it's you say you yo-yoed, but looking back, was the diabetes or the pre-diabetic, that conversation with your doctor? Was there any moment where you kind of really decided to turn the ship around, or was it just more of a gradual, time frame for you?
Uh, no, it was actually in 2014 when I moved. When I it was a year after I moved here to Georgia, and I seen all the people so active. It's Memphis, they wasn't as active as they are here, and I seen that, and it kind of motivated me to want to work out and do better for myself. I will go to the park by myself, but my 5 year relationship, he's my greatest inspiration. He's not a heavy guy. He's never been, but he pushes me to be the best me that I can be. So he would get up, he would walk with me, he would ride the bikes with me, he would run with me, so that kind of helped me as well. If you have that support means a lot.
And in 2014, did you hit another low that kind of forced you to change things around, or did you just kind of have a moment with yourself where you said we gotta change this once and all?
When I looked in the mirror and I see that I had gained that 74 pounds back, I said, no, I am not. I refuse to. And I would put on the clothes that I had worn when I moved here and I couldn't wear them. I said, no, I am not. And that was a breaking point for me. And now I look at certain things and I be like I'm okay with doing raw vegan, but he's not okay with that. So um I do what I do and he do what he do. I cook for them and I do my food. So you have to change that mindset. It's all about changing the mindset. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you will do it.
And then in those first kind of 2014, it sounds like you made some pretty big diet changes, and you were ready to lose back, and I guess more the 74 pounds you had lost. What did those first weeks and days look like for you? Did you go straight back to the gym? Did you start watching documentaries? What did you put in place in those early days to make sure that, kind of almost fail safes, to make sure that, what you were saying in your mind, you actually, were actually putting into practice in life?
Documentaries, most definitely documentaries. Documentaries help me to the fullest. I watched Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, Forks Over Knives, food choices, Cowspiracy. I watched all kind of documentaries, and that's what now that helped me. It helped me decide the food choices because I always wanted to do vegan, vegetarian, but when I watched those, I tried the vegan, vegetarian thing before in 2013 when me and one of my Facebook friends did it for 60 days. And we was just doing something to see how long we can go without the meat. And when I went back, I went to fish and it was for a week and I was sick. I could barely stand up and move at work. But I kept eating it, and because it was just a temporary thing, and I realized how it. I loved the way that I felt on the inside when I didn't eat meat, so I made it a lifestyle change back in 2015. 2015, I made it a lifestyle change. So
And then had you been physically active previously, in all those years when you were bigger?
yes, I still stay active, but
Okay.
not as much. I was
Okay.
still, even in 2011, I stayed active, but I wasn't as active as I was when I lost the weight. So I always kept the membership. I kept the membership since what 2011. I've had a membership.
Okay.
With,
And then what was it that flipped the switch to, keeping a membership but maybe not utilizing it, or, gaining the weight back from that to doing all the activities that you listed before?
well, to me, I found for me that the gym when I was heavier, I would feel intimidated when people smaller would come and work out on the side of me. So I started off at home with Walk Away to Pounds P90X. But I realized that I'm not as motivated at home as I am at the gym. And I love seeing the people now. So when I go and I be like, if they can do it, I can do it too. So it makes me just go harder. So the gym is best for me. So that's why I choose the gym now over working out at home. Although I do work out at home too. I have the cross rope. I have the bench set. I have the weights. I didn't. If I just didn't lift it yesterday at home. So yeah.
That's awesome. And, is there anything about the process or anything looking back now? Because obviously you stand in a very different place at a very different size with different activities and eating habits. So I know there's a lot of changes. What has surprised you about this whole process that maybe you just weren't anticipating at the beginning of it?
I guess the excitement that I have, the when I go in the closet and I put on my clothes and I say, "Oh my gosh, I can wear this." My size medium belt now is on the third slot and it's constantly moving over. So I think it's the excitement that I did this. If I can, you can. I think it's that. And my Facebook and my Instagram page is Tired of Starting Over. That's my name on Instagram. So when I get the inboxes and the emails and oh my gosh, you're such an inspiration. How did you do it? And people really inspire me to keep going. When I get the comments, oh my gosh, you just don't know how much you just helped me because of you. I just did the treadmill today. I think it's things of that nature that really just keeps me pumping and keep me going. And the way that I feel on the inside, I love the way I feel on the inside since I've changed the way I eat in my mindset.
That's awesome. Um, what what goals, do you have any goals that you're working towards now? I know you mentioned you have a marathon coming up in November, but as you look back at everything you've accomplished in the last 3 years, and you look 3 years down the road, where do you see yourself? What do whether it's physically or personally or emotionally, where are you headed?
I see myself, my goal. is 145 pounds. That's my goal. And people say, that's too small. You already too skinny. It's not about being thin at all. It's about the my ideal weight that the doctor said that I need to be at so that I won't have any kind of diseases. That's my goal. It doesn't matter what people say anymore. I gained weight because my dad and my sister, they were saying that you don't, Daddy, tell Michelle she don't need to lose any more weight. I don't listen to that anymore. Michelle will keep going no matter what, no matter who likes it, so um you just have to keep going, man. My goal is to work out for the rest of my life as long as I have all my limbs. That's my goal. To keep going and to keep inspiring others along the way. To keep running half marathons. I want to do a duathlon. I want to do all the triathlon. I want to do it all. I just want to just keep going. It just feels so good. The excitement. Yes,
Yeah,
keep collecting medals.
that's fantastic. Well, and I know that Jack and I talked about it briefly, but I know one of the ways that you guys know each other is through an organization that kind of gives back through running. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, BGR is where we all meet up and we run and we inspire each other. We meet up in the mornings at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning when we take off and we run. Um, I'm not really. I don't really know about the organization and the give back or whatever because I haven't gotten that deep in it. I just go for the runs. But I do hear that they do give back and all that. I'm not really familiar with it. I just started back with BGR last year in June.
And
So I just meet up and run.
and that stands for
Black Girls Run.
okay, awesome. And I'm curious. You have 5 kids. How much of this whole journey and your decision to make this change was influence or as a result of the fact that you're a mom?
And the grandmom. It's I want to be able to play with my grandkids. I want to be able to inspire my daughters. Um, it has impacted me so much. Like it's so much. It's so much. I'm just, you know, I I don't know. I'm just grateful.
That's awesome. And what do your daughters say? What's the response been?
I am so proud of you, Mama. I am so proud. They say you keep me going. You got me. Like I have a daughter. She's gained weight because of some of the things that she's going through. I was on the phone actually with her before you called, before we got on Skype, and she was like, I'm a certified personal trainer now. So she wants me to get her a training plan and her some workout regimens that she can do. Yeah. I inspire them. They work out, and my oldest daughter, she wants to run and do the races and everything now.
That's great. What would you say to somebody who's at the beginning of this journey, who's trying to find their way, who is at the very beginning and looking for some inspiration and just trying to get to where you are now?
I would say first and foremost, educate yourself. Don't do it because Susan do it. Don't do it because Michelle do it. Don't do it because Brandon do it. Do it. Educate yourself first. The first thing you should do is educate yourself and read books, watch documentaries, and whatever you do, never give up. Don't compare your journey to somebody else's journey. Start from from the documentaries, of course, the educating yourself, and you don't have to go vegan because it's not for everybody, and everybody might not. They everybody feel like they need their meat, but honestly, you don't need the protein that they say that we need. But educate yourself. Keep going. Whatever you do, never, ever, ever give up. Just keep going.
That's great. And then if you could go back in time and have a conversation with yourself, in 2011 or before then, and give yourself some words of encouragement, what would you say to that person?
I would say, don't feel sorry for yourself. You can do this. Keep going, Michelle. Don't give up. You got this.
That's great. And then lastly, where can people connect with you and find out what you have going on and track how you're doing headed towards November and towards your marathon?
Instagram, they can find me on Instagram at Tired of Starting Over, and over is OVA. That's tired, TIRED of OF. Starting, STARTING. Over is OVA. Tired of starting over. And Facebook, they can find me as Michelle Richardson.
Great. Well, Michelle, thanks so much for the time and sharing your story. And I look forward to hopefully at some point seeing you out there on the road running in Atlanta or Duluth and or elsewhere. And I hope you have a great afternoon. And thanks so much again.
Thank you so much for having me, Jason. You have a great day.
All right. Take care.
You too. Bye.